let's get into our next guy here. We have another third. Another guy with a fancy name. Stantley Thomas-Oliver III. Not Esquire. He hasn't played a game for us yet. 25 years old, turns 26 in June. 6'2", 190 pounds. 7th round pick of the Panthers back in 2020 out of Florida International, which I hate to break it to people. I've been all throughout Florida, all throughout. And let me tell you, there is no international part of Florida, except, to the best of my knowledge, the only part that is, there's a little tiny little park in Tampa in the Ybor section that is actually owned by the government of Cuba, and it's actually considered Cuba land. So you can actually visit Cuba in the middle of Tampa.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's weird, right? It is really weird. It's a really, really tiny park. Anyway, did not appear in a game in 23. The season before that, in 22 with the Panthers, he appeared in 3 games with no starts, had 3 tackles. So, yeah. You know, the song's going to come out now. When you want a player who's not a big deal, what are you going to get? Camp body.
Ooh, camp body.
Because that's what this guy seems like. He's a camp body. And you can't blame a guy who's now been in the league for a few years. You know, he's been 5 years in the league now. He's trying to extend his career. He's trying to keep going. You know, I feel bad for these guys to a certain degree because, you know, you play because you love the game, but you're also playing to make as much money as you possibly can before retirement comes. So you can hopefully live out the rest of your life without having to worry about money. But to me, the writing's on the wall. He didn't play in the game last year. And that was on the Bears, by the way, I should say. It's where he was on the Bears practice squad. Didn't make it. When you can't make it onto the Bears active roster, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So I think, to me, I look at him and go, they brought him in there in case there's an injury. And that's about it. That's where I look at him as, you know, they brought him in for just that kind of scenario. And I just don't see anything coming out of it beyond that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I hate to be mean about it, but
he's a practice body that, like you said, if
camp body.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have to do like the arm thing with it, but I do. It's fun.
But
camp body.
Darnay Holmes can't stay healthy. Guess what?
Camp
body
comes on their active roster.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happens. And, you know, that could be worse. Don't get me wrong. I just, you know, he's been a few years. He's at least got a little experience, you know. I just, like I said, to me, that's just what this guy is. He's a camp body. And I think considering that, we really don't have to spend too much time on him. Not to do anything about it.
We got a few of those guys coming up. We got a few of those guys coming up. So,
yeah.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.